Bitcoin. Bitcoin is Bitcoining, guys. Almost at $100,000, 99,800, something like that currently. Maybe we'll get to 100K on the stream. It's been just sitting there quietly under 100K for a little bit now. Altcoins pumping. It's a pretty exciting day. Everything is exploding currently. We got some good news backing all this stuff up. Good. Let's go. We got some altcoin charts, all that fun stuff. Your questions, second half of the stream. Guys, shout out to everybody joining in the chat. I see you guys. Hold on to those pressing questions. We'll try to get them about 15, 20 minutes. Let's go. So, this meth-smoking raccoon probably has way more meme coins than you would like to admit. Apparently, some Ohio cops. It's such an Ohio thing. It's such an Ohio thing. I would also be equally unsurprised to see this happen in Pennsylvania. Anyway, this raccoon was just smoking some meth, and these cops pulled over during a traffic stop here. There you go. Anyway. Serious things now. That's the fun news of the day. Now the serious news. Okay. China just cut interest rates, injecting trillions of yuan, not yen, into the economy. 65% of buying equities from China. Read between lines, numbers will go up. Yes, good. Trump says big news comes tomorrow. Major trade deal. Rumor is that it is the UK who made the deal. India, probably a pretty strong contender for having made a deal too, but deals are coming, man. Deals are coming. And now, as I've been saying for weeks on end, the headline risk goes the other way. Okay? The headline risk goes the other way now. Now it's about, hey, now we're getting positive headlines. The market's going to pump on the expectation of positive headlines and on the receipt of positive headlines. Okay? Because positive headlines mean we start heading in the opposite direction from disaster. Okay? We also had the Fed meeting yesterday. I live near the city in Ohio where that raccoon video occurred. Nice, Jordan. Nice. Your clickbait titles every time Bitcoin dips 0.2% is whack. I don't know what you're talking about, CG. We talk about the news every day, and if Bitcoin is correcting, or it seems that a correction could be coming into play, or we're getting a retest or whatever, that's what we try to convey in our thumbnails and in our titles of the videos. So if those are not up to your standards, I don't know what to tell you, man. Anyway, continuing. Summary of Fed decision. Fed leaves rates unchanged for third straight month. Great. What's interesting is that everybody's like, no, he didn't cut the interest rates. And the Fed needs to cut the damn interest rates at some point, man. But here's the thing. We got to $109,000 Bitcoin on these interest rates. UK just announced an interest rate cut. Nice. Good. Love to see it. Banks raising around the world. China's printing. UK's cutting. America's going to cut. It's only a matter of time. Okay. Fed's always the last one to react. Anyway, continuing. Fed said uncertainty about outlook has increased further. Risks of higher unemployment and inflation have risen. Fed is attentive to risks on both sides of the mandate. Fed appears to see higher risk of stagflation ahead. None of that stuff is great. Summary of Jerome Powell's comments. Unusual swing in trade, complicated GDP measurement, near-term inflation expectations have moved up. Tariffs so far are significantly bigger than expected. Avoiding inflation will depend on size and timing of tariffs. There is time to wait before adjusting Fed policy. Survey respondents point to tariffs as driving inflation expectations. Powell is not thinking about rate cuts. In fact, Powell even basically said that there is a situation in which he would see no rate cuts this year. Jerome, Papa Powell, man, you are just a trickster, aren't you? Love it. Love it. Fed's not ruling out 0% interest rates. Classic stuff, man. McKenna saying Bitcoin earned for 15K after the FTX crisis to 110K, while rates were 4.2 to 4.5%, all driven through institutional adoption and validation that Bitcoin as a global non-sovereign store of value. By the way, inflation was high as fuck during that time too. It doesn't require rates, well, until I guess we have to 110K. Inflation dropped quite a bit by then. But anyway, it doesn't require rates to come down to continue this parabolic asset driven by institutional adoption. And holy shit, have we got some news for you guys today? I mean, my goodness, oh my, have we got some news for you guys today? But just more on that in a second. If you're trading these markets, okay, need a great exchange to trade on. It's BitUnix. Go check it out. I'm doing most of my trading over here these days. I think got a cheeky little fart coin long on right now. Nothing too crazy. Anyway, missed some of the best entries today. Sleeping. Sleep's expensive sometimes. It is what it is. Anyway, picking mother-in-law up from the airport. It's an expensive ride. Point. You need a great exchange to trade on. It's BitUnix, man. It's BitUnix. No, seriously, go check it out. It's great. They got all the big coins, deep liquidity, all that kind of stuff. You get $10 to start in your account. And that's exclusive using the link down below. You get $10 to start in your account. $400 deposit bonus. You deposit $2,000. You get $400 back, $1,200 back, 20% up to $2,000 deposit. $2,000 in trading bonuses as well. Available to everyone everywhere. Doesn't matter where you are. You can trade on BitUnix. Go check it out. Link down below. Thank you. So, Bitcoin. 99,600. Come on, Bitcoin. Let's go. Man, what a crazy chart. Beautiful chart, by the way. Look at this. We came down, broke out, a bit of a fake out here, came back down. Not a perfect 20-day EMA retest, but let's just say damn close enough, okay? Damn close enough. Look at that. Nice breakout higher. We got to 99,900. $100 away from 100K, man. That's crazy shit. That is crazy, crazy stuff right there, man. Now, I don't know if we're going to break 100K today or if maybe we have a slight retracement here or whatever, but I love to see it. My spot bags are packed and ready to party, man. Beautiful, beautiful stuff right here. Remember, there will be, throughout any rally, multiple retests of the 20-day and even a few retests of the 50-day EMA where everybody thinks it's over, and that's actually a great time to long with, of course, stop losses put in place in case you're wrong, in case the market turns against you. So far, so good. Market's being very strong currently. Stocks up as well. On-chain caller just says, if this is a Piso top indicator, if the cycle plays out like last one, the 111-day MA and the 2x 350-day MA converge, Bitcoin could be in for a major top. Levels currently 157K. But as price continues to rise, that keeps going higher. Okay? 250K BTC is not off the cards, man, especially when you see some of these stories, guys. Look at this. CZ, you can buy Bitcoin while governments are buying or after they have bought. The before option is disappearing. Are you buying more Bitcoin? Now, CZ, former CEO of Binance, he's been flying around the countries advising them to basically buy Bitcoin. He was in Pakistan. He was in Kyrgyzstan. I was like, oh, it's just Kyrgyzstan and Pakistan. Lurks. No, it's just a big deal. I'm sorry. When dozens of countries around the world start vying to get Bitcoin, it's going to be a real crazy mess real quick, man. Remember, in case you have forgot, the United States launched a strategic Bitcoin reserve. The most powerful country on the face of the planet has launched a Bitcoin reserve. Okay, there you go. That's crazy stuff. Anyway, that was in response to this. Arizona actually signed strategic Bitcoin reserve into law. So this was the second bill that was coming through. Apparently, the first one got rejected. The second one apparently came through. So cool stuff. Second state on board. Nuts, man. Look at this. This is just crazy. I can't believe how many of these stories I have today. Again, you have to understand that back in 2017, one of these stories would have been so mind-blowingly bonkers insane. Now we're getting multiple of them in a day, okay? So here we go. Indian company Jet King making plans to acquire 18,000 Bitcoin. That's crazy. Oh, what is going on? Trump crypto advisor David Bailey, CEO of Bitcoin Magazine, in talks to launch a Bitcoin investment company called The Information. Reportedly, he's raising $300 million to buy Bitcoin. Crazy. Vivek Ramaswamy, Strive Asset Management, and the company, by the way, the company that Vivek's going to acquire. So it's going to be a SPAC where they acquire a company, just a holding company, and then turn into this Bitcoin holding company. Anyway, that's up like 500% today. It's crazy, man. The FOMO, the just absolute hype right now is just off the charts. And look, if you can get in early to these companies, or, you know, be in a position like Vivek is, where he's going to literally start the company and hold the majority of the equity in the company and be able to dump his stocks for tens of millions of dollars, good for him. You know, running in to buy some of these things later on may be a bit of a trickier proposition. Let's say some of the valuations, like the one for CEP, Cantor Equity Partners, ended up getting to a pretty crazy valuation. You'd actually, I remember reading, would have been just better off buying MicroStrategy versus buying that. But then I guess the hope is that they're going to buy so much Bitcoin over time that the stock's just going to pump absolutely bonkers crazy zone, man. And it will be worth the valuation and then some, and it will outperform MicroStrategy. We shall see. Reality is that we have loads of new Bitcoin acquisition companies whose sole purpose of existence is buying Bitcoin, which we'll see how that goes. You know, the thing people forget with MicroStrategy, there's actually a real business behind MicroStrategy. They actually sell all these software products and stuff like that. So there's actual real money there. In spite of the fact they've become largely a Bitcoin company, they still have a software company that makes real money. All these sort of Bitcoin acquisition vehicles, I mean, gosh, I don't know, man. I would rather just, I would rather just have the Bitcoin in some of these situations, because I feel like we are running towards our .com bubble here with crypto this cycle. And look, it's going to take a while. Okay, we're talking 6 to 18 months maybe before the bubble pops. But imagine all these fucking zombie companies, or companies that literally only exist to buy more Bitcoin and issue out more debt and all that stuff. What happens when the bear market comes? A lot of these companies are going to go bankrupt. And what about the companies that are buying not Bitcoin? They're buying Solana. They're buying Ethereum, stuff like this. Man, there's going to be some crazy shit going on with all these companies buying all that stuff. And then, you know, this is the thing. Some of these companies go bankrupt. Sailor's going to acquire them in the bear market. It'll be pretty hilarious to see. But anyway, there's some real crazy leverage that's going to come into the market now. And this is where the leverage is. Okay, this is where the leverage is coming in. Okay, we're seeing huge amounts of money flow in to these Bitcoin acquisition companies who have no business besides buying Bitcoin. Okay. Anyway, very interesting to see here. Huge amounts of buy pressure coming in. This is just companies. We have companies. We have countries. We have individuals. We have ETF buyers, TradFi, whales. And why wouldn't you buy Bitcoin? Shit. I actually bought a little more Bitcoin, just a tiny bit. So I was like, you know what? It's going to be over $100,000 at some point in the system future. And I remember back in the days when I'd make videos, guys being like, guys, it's your last chance, or not your last chance, let's say, but you still can. You can still, at this point in time, buy Bitcoin, 0.01 Bitcoin for less than $100. I remember so many times and so many videos I'd talk about that. Like, hey, guys, it's only, you know, $60 today to buy 0.01 Bitcoin, or whatever it might have been at the time. Well, guess what? It's about $1,000 now to do that. Crazy market, man. Miss those days. Those are good days. Anyway, someday we're going to wake up and be like, guys, it's only, you know, $10,000 to buy 0.01 Bitcoin. That day's coming. It's going to be a few years, but that day's coming. David Bailey saying, anybody want to invest in MicroStrategy of Saudi Arabia, MicroStrategy of Turkey, MicroStrategy of South Korea, MicroStrategy of South Africa? This play is just getting started. This is insane. Think about the literal, if we have like, what's the tens of thousands of companies in the world, how many of these companies, okay, are going to start buying Bitcoin? I'm guessing a shit ton of companies are going to start buying Bitcoin. Anyway, that's nuts, man. The great Matsby, clever name. Total 2 is saying altcoins at bottom. This is the most risk-on thing out there. This chart is screaming more liquidity is coming to markets, which means ignore everything Powell says. This is the total. So this is all crypto excluding Bitcoin. Just retesting, of course, a major, the middle of the Bollinger Bands here. So that's the kind of continuation you want to see right there. Very interesting. Either we're going Mega Goblin Town and testing the bottom here because you think that horrific recession is just around the corner and all kind of stuff, or we are about to bounce and go to the upper band of that. or potentially over. You see what happens when the run starts getting really strong. It actually goes over and then has months of outperformance where it's strongly above. Look back here in 2021, right? It was just above the top band of the Bollinger Band for like months and months on end. Okay, that's where we're heading. That's where we're heading. This is crazy. The Crow Trade shared this. First time Bitcoin hit 100K, ETH is 4K. Then you can see it descending down. 8th time Bitcoin hits $100,000, ETH is 1.9K. ETH, you drunk, you broken. Go home, son. You need a cab. Take him out, man. He's done. What is that? That's crazy. That is crazy, guys. What's going on? Look, ETH is actually doing something today. To be fair to Ethereum, we finally got our breakout. It's actually a beautiful chart right now. Look at this. 1, 2, 3 touches here on the uptrend line. A retest here at the 20-day EMA. Breakout beyond the 50-day EMA currently. Beautiful. Beautiful. Great setup. You know, had a buy order in for SUI, for Solana, Ethereum. None of those orders got filled. C'est la vie. That's okay. I got gigantic spot bags. That's fine. This is just for some small trades. It's all good. But man, we were close. Close on that close. Gosh darn it. The ones that were like fractions of a penny away. Anyway, c'est la vie. It's fine. Wake up every morning, look at the charts fresh, see what you got. Play the charts in front of you, not the charts you want to play. Okay. Anyway, Solana's had a nice breakout here from this triangle. Remember, this is about a $20 breakout target technical from this. So that gives you a target here of about $170 approximately for Solana, which is not bad. Not bad at all. Now that, by the way, you can see right here, key price support from all the way back in this range, 13th of January, $170 right there. We are still, believe it or not, trading under the 200-day EMA. Great pump today. Still not had a bullish crossover confirmation on the MACD. Okay? Beautiful daily candle, though. Great one. Strong one. Beautiful one. The best daily candle. Some people might call that Trump's candle. Donald, this guy. Anyway. It's interesting. I think the best entry for this is probably going to be back at the top of this triangle. You know how relentless the market's been. It's been hard to get good entries. But yeah, we'll see if it gets back here to get a nice test there or not. I would expect a bit of turbulence, let's say, a bit of friction here at the 200-day EMA around 160, 161 bucks. Okay, so we'll see how that goes. But 170 is a technical breakout target from this. So whether we get a retest first or not, that will remain to be seen. See how U.S. equities play out today. SUI posting this. Digital collecting just leveled up. Parasol on SUI. Rare cards and items are no longer locked in boxes. They live on chain in your wallet and in your control. The collectibles you love reimagined for the digital age. That's in response to this. At Miston Labs, we've been quietly working on something massive. We're about to kickstart a movement that brings millions and millions of users to the SUI network. Pokemon. Did you ever buy a Pengu? I did not. My limit buy orders did not get hit. If not, you missed another pump. I know I missed another pump. I know. Just sitting here watching the sidelines, being like, Pengu, it's okay. It's all good, man. Plenty of other things to buy. It's fine. It's fine. No, really, it's fine. I bet I did boom my buy order up on Pengu, though. Probably just gets away with me. It probably goes to 2 cents. Then I'm like, shit. Well, you know, at some point you just missed the move and you got to look for other things to spend your money on, let's say. But anyway, I moved my buy order up to 1 cent for that. So let's see if that gets hit or not. Find out in the next few days. SUI chart, incredible breakout here. We did not get a retest yet of the 20-week EMA. $2.95 now. It'll be $3 pretty soon. Bull flag looks like it may indeed be bull flagging. Interesting. SUI, man, one of the strongest coins of the cycle, for sure. Look at that. And would you see what we got here? Have you guys seen that? Weekly MACD. Did you buy some ETH back? No, I'm not buying ETH back. Not right now. I may, let's say, stack some ETH back up again as sort of profits from stuff, but I'm totally fine with my decision on Ethereum. My thoughts on ETH have not changed dramatically, and that might happen later. It's fine. Sell Perry. You got to remember, I made shit tons of money on my ETH. It's not like I'm sitting there crying, oh, lost a bunch of money on Ethereum. Ah. I made shit tons of money on my ETH. It's absolutely fine, and I'm actually feeling pretty good about being out of it and having put money into other things. So I'm pretty okay with that. Don't worry. It's all good. But I did think, you know, I'm probably going to spend a little more time doing some degenerate gambling bullshit and, you know, trade some virtuals and stuff like that. And if I get any big hits on that, maybe I'll take the money from that and put it back into some ETH, right? Stack some ETH up from that, just, you know, because I guess why not? But yeah. Anyway, that being said, Sui is the GOAT. Let's go. Sui is indeed one of the goats of the cycle, man. This thing is just absolutely ripping. It's wild. Sui's up basically 100%, and Aptos, the one I put my money on, crap. Anyway, c'est la vie, guys. You're not going to win them all. Cardano chart looking pretty tight here as well. You know, it's pretty weak on the underside of that 20-day EMA for a few days there. Daily MACD has flipped over back into the bullish zone. We are now seeing a potential retaking here of the 200-day EMA, but I'd like to just point out one little interesting fact here. This uptrend line right now, Cardano's smashing into the bottom of that. So right now, going long, basically you're longing into this trend line right here. So it's an interesting spot to want to sort of go long on Cardano. You can just keep in mind to keep a decent stop loss if you lose the 200-day EMA, and let's watch out for really retaking a 75 cents, which is sort of the main control line that I'd be really paying attention to here. Anyway, guys, by the way, if you're not in Discord yet, go check it out. I'm sharing all kinds of great setups like this one for PopCat. Go long if the resistance line breaks at 40 cents. David's been killing over here. Some great technical analysis. So if the line breaks at 40 cents, go long. That trade was got by quite a few people in the Discord today. Beautiful stuff. Okay. Boom. Let's go. It's time to hat up here, guys. Cheers. Wormhole. Yeah, I think Wormhole's going to do some stuff. Got a position in that. I think it's going to be a pretty interesting one, especially when they turn on that fee sharing switch. Bought some more PopCat. Let's go. Sui is holding it for some time, then sold because it's not doing much. Sui sold it, skyrocketed. It's always the case. Literally that meme. You know, the one you buy, it goes down. The one you hold, it goes down. The one you sell, straight to the moon. Classic stuff, man. Look, there's going to be so much money to be made. And there always is in crypto. There's so much money to be made in crypto, guys. It's absolutely bonkers nuts times. Just remember, okay, yay, exciting. Bitcoin's pumping. Woo, your crypto coins are pumping. Yay. There's going to be pullbacks. There's going to be vicious pullbacks to make you question everything as the market goes up. At some point, we'll have a horrific crash. Make sure to take some damn money off the table. I remember not so long ago, just a few weeks ago, the sentiment on here was absolute bottom of the barrel. People just very depressed, let's say. And I said at the time, make a video. Go make a video of yourself today. Tell yourself that you're an idiot and repeat some of the mistakes you made. And then when you're feeling really, really euphoric and like you're a genius again, watch that video. Remind yourself to take a little bit of money off the table from time to time. I'm not saying you have to go all out and all in and all that kind of stuff, but just, you know, don't be afraid to pay yourself once in a while, because there's nothing wrong with doing that, okay? You can take a little money off. Make sure you get your capital back out. Reduce some of the risk on some of this crazy, crazy stuff here, guys. Anyway, there you go. There you go. Let's get his questions. Plume TA. You know what? Why not? Why not do some Plume TA? I've been buying some more Plume this week. Let's take a look at the TA, see what we got going on here. Plume is in an interesting spot right now. Let me just bring up the chart here for you guys. Plume's just been kind of cruising sideways, man. Not a whole lot's been happening so far. You can say basically a nice little uptrend here that has maintained its sort of uptrend status. So that's good. Maybe you say it's a big fat triangle, but I don't think it's super clean, to be honest. The uptrend we can say we got going on here. It's generally been hanging around the key moving averages. So the price hasn't been wildly volatile yet. Mainnet rumored to be coming out soon or announced soon. So I think when that happens, you're going to see this probably actually get some movement behind it. Got a decent sized bag of that. I think real world assets are great. I know everybody was super excited about Mantra DAO when the price was just going nonstop up only forever. Then it didn't. It went down 90% on a day or something like that. It was crazy. To an extent, there was a lot of fugazi there. They only had a few $1 million in assets actually on their chain and $7 billion market cap or something like that. It's crazy. Anyway, Plume, bunch of big backers, bunch of big partners, bunch of big stuff lined up. Probably pretty well positioned for a real world asset run. It's new coin, new chart, new vibes. Everybody loves that. So that's why I got a bag. What do you think of Ika on Sui? It's an interesting one. I have been meaning to do something to try to farm that airdrop there, but I've not got around to that. WIF is due a big breakout. I think WIF is having a big breakout today. Let's look at the WIF chart real quick. I think WIF is having a big breakout today. Look at this. Boom, dog WIF hat. Let's go. Let's go. Nice bounce here off the, I'll just get rid of these lines. Nice bounce off the 20-day EMA. Basically came up, 2 retests, bullish crossover right here. 3-4 days just hanging out right at these 2 EMAs and blasting higher from there. Now, what's interesting, look right here currently. The temptation to go long into resistance, of course, is always very, very high. But that's where it is right now. It's currently at resistance. Okay. So now is if you're looking for longing this, okay? If you're looking to long WIF right now, you have to understand that you're longing it in a position of FOMO and weakness, let's say. It's not the best place to long it. Now, ironically, or maybe it's ironic, but as crazy as it may sound, the better place to long it would be actually be a sort of a daily close above sort of, let's say, 65, 66 cents to actually put this green candle body up above just here. Obviously, you run the risk of, oh, but if I don't get it now, it's going to go like, whoa, up to like $1 in like a second, and I'm going to miss out. And well, yeah, maybe, sure, why not? That can always happen. But the safer bet now would be to buy either the breakout or wait for a retrace. You know, to see this thing back at 57, 58 cents in a few days, look at the charts. Look at the charts. Guys, it happens literally all the time, nonstop in these charts. There are always big pullbacks, especially in these low liquidity meme coins. And if you don't get the pullback, you have a secondary plan, which is to wait for the breakout. Pullback, limit long from the 20-day EMA. Boom, here. Let's say, again, 57 cents as an example. It might be a little bit higher. Maybe it's going to be 57, 58 cents by the time it pulls back there, okay? Or you wait for the breakout, 65, 66 cents confirmation, not just a wick. Okay, look at all the wicks here. Wick. Okay, if you're FOMOing into the wick, you got burnt. You got stopped out, which is fine to get stopped out, but it was the wrong play from the perspective that you're FOMOing into the wick before the daily candle body's closed. Okay. That's the 2 options here on WIF. Good chart. I'll keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it for you guys. Okay. Thoughts on Babylon? I know my buddy was trying to Babylon pill me the other day. Yeah. It looks cool, actually. I think they're doing really cool shit, and I have not bought a bag. I'm just, so many bags. I've not bought a bag, but I was, looking through it, reading through it. I was like, damn, that's actually looking like pretty damn good. Yeah. Anyway, that's my thoughts on that. Bitcoin 130K by July. That's what I'm talking about, man. Let's go. Yes. Remember Kyber Network? I do. Kyber Network was the coin back in the day, but it got Nokia, didn't it? Better protocols came out. It was actually one of the earliest sort of decentralized exchanges. I mean, guys, if you are so you kids these days are so spoiled, man. I remember back in the day, fucking Ether Delta was like, you have no idea what a bad exchange is like. There was like zero liquidity on it. It was just the website never worked. It was so rough, man. It was so bad. And Kyber Network came out. I was like, oh, it's a breath of fresh air. But then Uniswap came out, and it was like, oh my gosh, that's so much better than Kyber Network. And then all this other stuff came out on top of that, and got kind of forgotten about over time. But hey, shout out to Kyber for being, one of the new the trailblazers back in the day. Lark Aptos is literally falling behind Sui. Why do you still own it? So that's an interesting question. I think about that sometimes. It's probably gonna be like, remember I was talking a few minutes ago about the guy who was like, I sold the coin and then it went to the moon. I actually think he's talking about Sui. Sold the Sui and it went to the moon. I feel like Aptos is gonna have a catch up. I mean, I think the network metrics are still looking really good. There's still enough going on Aptos that I think it's got nice potential. But yeah, I mean, obviously the play would have been 2 weeks ago to sell all my Aptos and buy Sui. How the hell is I supposed to know Pokemon rumor is supposed to come out? Anyway, obviously Sui has been the stronger of the two. This is the thing, is buying that, doing the swap now doesn't feel particularly great, right? Because of selling your Aptos now to buy something that's just pumped on 100% in 2 weeks time. I'll wait, short term, people tend to overemphasize what happens in short term. I still think Aptos can have a nice run. I think it's got all the stuff there required to make that happen. Fingers crossed. People are still buying XRP. They are, man. I like trading XRP. It's got some great charts, man. But obviously meme coins and stuff trade better. But anyway. Fantom Sonic. Let's look at the Fantom chart. You know what? Let's pull it up today. I looked at the price today. I was like, well, price looking pretty nice. Let's go. But I have not looked at the chart today. No, yeah. The chart is indeed looking good. Look at that. DEBIT. Nice. Good stuff right there. Love to see it. Keep in mind, one of those other coins we were just talking about, Cardano, similar sort of fashion here. We did have a nice pump up, and it looks like that is actually getting over the top. It's a pretty sloppy line I drew here, but overall, it looks like that's getting over the top of that line. We're still trading at the 200-day EMA, okay? But it's going in the right direction. I think Fantom Sonic really starts moving when we get over the 60-cent mark. Still holding big bag. It's still one of my biggest positions. Okay. Continuing. I know. Free. Don't tell me I know about Sui. I know, man. I know their hand console's coming out. I know the Pokemon rumors going around. I know all that stuff. Believe me, I understand. I get it. HBAR all-time high this year. No, I just don't think about HBAR that much, but I think it does get some attention. Nobody really doing shit on Aptos, no community, nothing. I know I traded Aptos NFTs for a while when it launched and was hype and it was shit, and all the projects there were just ass, so just swap for Sui. There you go, says Sleepy Z. When is Sol going to a new high? Some point. When? I don't know. That's a great question. It's interesting. Solana still below, even with the recent price moves. Solana still below the 200-day EMA. All right. Interesting. break the 200-day EMA, then I think we got some real room to talk here about the chart's not on screen, but the chart on screen. Then we got some interesting room to talk here. Solana's been a runner this cycle. It can move real fast, okay? That being said, doesn't matter when it gets to an all-time high. Could it be in a month's time? Could it be sometime in June? Sure. Doesn't take much to get there. But yeah, I'm not so worried about the when, but the how we get there, and it will get there. That's for sure. That's for sure. It's never in a straight line, guys. Remember that. It's never in a straight line. Once the big dog of Aptos stood down, I sold it all. Yeah, it was not great. The when Mo stepped down, yeah. Solana is gonna get smashed. They had their moment with memes, but it's binned, not coming back. Disagree. I appreciate your opinion, though. I really do, and I can understand that sentiment. Really, I can. I think people got pretty bearish on Solana in February, March, when the whole Kelsier scam cartel was exposed. But look, I think that Solana it's been tough to bet against sort of the market leader, right? Like that. I mean, look at all the stats, all the metrics. It's so far ahead of everyone else right now. It's actually the big misprice in the market right now, in my opinion, is that Solana is still worth a quarter of Ethereum. That's crazy if you ask me. Pengu, yeah, I know. We covered that story the other day. Pengu storing NFTs on Walrus on Sui. I know, man. I know. Sui's the hot spot. I buy daily Solana and Bitcoin. Winning. Is fart coin your safe word or something? You're avoiding it again. Fart coin to the moon. Lark, I feel like we're jumping up too fast. Time to take some profits. You can. You can, of course. I mean, look, there's a lot of uncertainty in markets all the time. And I don't know what your positions are. I don't know if you've got leverage trades open or if you're still underwater on some of your trades or if you just a whole bunch of spot bags and you regret not taking any money off the table a month ago. And now you're looking like, holy shit, there's some money back on the table. Maybe I should take some off. If it's going to make you sleep better at night, there's nothing wrong with taking profits. Not financial advice for you, obviously. There's nothing wrong with taking a little money off the table. People look at it as this all sort of like all in or all out kind of thing. Like, I don't know, if you're looking at a coin and it's like, oh, it's 500% profit, or I've got 300% profit on this coin in the last month, you can take a few bucks off the table. You're allowed to do that. That's the crazy thing, is people just get this all or nothing mentality. You have to be all in or all out. You can just take a little bit of cash off and then, take it out of the market. This thing, we're going to take profits, actually take the profits, or put them in like a stable coin farm or something to buy a dip or something in the future. But make sure you actually realize the profits and don't just gamble it on some shit coin and lose all your money. Okay? Yeah, we've had a crazy run recently. We went real crazy recently. And I think there's plenty of opportunity here for taking profit on a few coins. But honestly, can we just keep it for realsies here for a second? Most of these coins are still just slaughtered beyond belief, and they have not had a big catch up, to be honest. Think about this. Bitcoin is 10% away from its all-time highs right now. Solana is 100% pump. It's 50% down. It requires 100% to go up to get to its previous all-time highs. Ethereum, even worse. Ethereum's down almost 60% from its all-time highs. So, yeah. A lot of these meme coins that had great pumps recently, they're still 75, 80, 90% down in some cases. Anyway. Sander, what's up? Have a good lunch, man. Sui and Aptos like Mario Luigi. I bought Luigi. No. Luigi doesn't get the princess at the end of the day, man. Nobody wants to be Luigi. Come on. No. That hurts, man. That hurts. I feel personally attacked with my bags. I bought Luigi coin. Yeah, I have 6 coins that are still down 70-80%. Ouch. Yeah. We've all been there. Bitcoin dominance getting high, but this is the crazy thing is look at the wildness with Bitcoin right now. All these stories we covered, the amount of just capital is going to keep sloshing into Bitcoin's absolutely nuts. And I feel like there's enough whales out there that are looking at this and going like, shit, we should probably hold on to our Bitcoin here because if we sell it here at 100K, like we may not get it back for a while. Better hope that Ethereum rises so Solana and Sui can go up. I mean, literally ETH's up like what, 20, 30% in the last 2 weeks. Sui's up 100%. Solana's up more than ETH anyway. The interesting thing is that the crypto market's so new. We have all these assumptions built into how things should go. This cycle has definitively proven to us that we don't know shit about anything, basically. We had a new all-time high before the Bitcoin halving. That's never happened before, right? We had this run up to 109K. The top was in forever. We're now 10% away from that. ETH has done, I would look at the ETH stats, is absolutely insane. And not to say ETH's not going to go up again. And of course, ETH goes up. But what if we don't need Ethereum to go to the moon for everything else to rip? Listen to what the market's saying. Everyone's still pretty pessimistic on Ethereum, and for a variety of good reasons. But people are very bullish on Solana. They're very bullish on Sui and a few other networks as well that have good niche communities like Sonic and stuff like that. It's an interesting thought. What if we don't need ETH to go to the moon for crypto to rip more broadly? Hydrate. Actually, it's almost empty. Yes. Actually, great. Grandma, mother-in-law's here. Grandma's here. We're going to have to crack one bottle of wine tonight. I was like getting her on the sauce. It's going to be a good time. Okay. I never understood this market won't move. ETH doesn't think just because it used to be true doesn't mean. Yes, I agree. If there's anything, this market has proven to us that the things that we believed had to happen or had to be true have not been true. Look at meme coins over last year. Could have been waiting around for ETH to go to the moon. Meanwhile, meme coins are making 100x left, right, and center. Can't wait for ETH to smash 5K. I'm looking forward to you coming back on the stream so we can celebrate that. You got to understand, guys. You have to please understand. You know, people get very defensive about their bags and stuff like that. But I love Ethereum. Please. I fucking love ETH. ETH is great. I think my money is better placed elsewhere right now for a variety of reasons. Doesn't mean I'm like, you know, ETH's gonna go to zero and it's gonna die. And I think these sort of, as we've discussed in videos, and guys, you know, a lot of my outside of live streams, we like to do great research pieces that sort of discuss popular narratives and stuff that are around in the market at the time, theories, what people are talking about, try to, you know, share our opinion on those. This whole ETH is going to be Nokia. I mean, look, I understand the narrative, right? I understand the narrative that ETH is going to be the Nokia of crypto. The flip side is that it's still in the leader position, and it still has enough with the Pectra upgrade that just happened, the Fusaka upgrade, and other things. It needs to keep pushing hard, though, okay? But I want ETH to win. I want ETH to win. I love ETH. I love the Ethereum ecosystem. It's giving me so much. Why wouldn't I love that, man? And here's the thing. When ETH is 5K, we are going to be celebrating that here with you, with all you guys. I'm going to be super stoked to see ETH at 5K. Hopefully, my Aptos will not be still at $5 at the time. Anyway, guys, you're awesome. We're going to finish it up there. Crazy day in the markets. We'll be back tomorrow for another live stream. Maybe we get to 100K BTC today. Maybe we get a retracement. Doesn't matter. Bitcoin's going to go to the moon. Look at the big picture. See what's happening. It's absolutely bonkers out here. Thank you very much.